Let's call the Board of Elections meeting for October 29th to order at 2:09. Ask for approval of the minutes of the meeting held on Tuesday, October 27th.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I will second the motion.
Okay, properly moved and second. Any other discussion, additions, or corrections to those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So we have under new business, appointment of members of the Provisional Validation Board and the Official Return Board. And I see it as the general will of the board to appoint ourselves as those members. Is that correct?
Yes, I would highly recommend we do that just because of the chance that there is going to be maximum scrutiny on that process. And I think it's good to have us in those positions with Jody, Joyce, Tisha, et cetera, supporting us in those roles.
All right. So I would ask for a motion to appoint Steve Dersham, Michael Pipe, Mark Higgins to both the Provisional Validation Board and the Official Return Board. Is there a motion?
I will make that motion, and I will just also say, depending on the Natalie has a blank there in terms of the date and when we would convene. I would just say we would be convening per our legal ad. So per our legal ad that we published and has the dates in there, so I'll make the motion to convene per the legal ad with these members listed.
Second.
Okay, properly moved and second. Any further discussion on the motion?
No.
Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Opposed? Seeing none, motion passes 3-0. Okay. We have the renovation reimbursement of $7,500 to enable in-person voting with adequate social distancing in the Snowshoe Fire Hall, Precinct 14.
Yes, so as the Borough Hall in Snowshoe was not able to accommodate in-person voting with adequate social distancing, and so the Fire Hall offered to make some renovations. They were doing some renovations anyway, but they will be able to utilize that polling location in their fire hall with adequate social distancing. And we allocated $7,500 for Munson, $7,500 for Colville. And we did have some money available for any other entities that were going to be making modifications. And so I think this is a good use of $7,500 to reimburse them for expenses. And again, this will offer a safe voting facility, help out the Snowshoe Fire Company for Precinct 14.
Well, I do agree that the Snowshoe Borough Hall is incredibly tiny. And I'm happy to grant them the money. Is there any way we can kind of get a promise that they will be a polling place for a number of years if we give them the grant, even if it's just verbal?
I talked with Tom, their chief, and he was extraordinarily grateful that we were considering this, and so I don't think it will be an issue going forward. I don't see any. I mean, I could ask him, but I think from the way that he was talking about it, they'd be more than happy to do anything for us if we're going to be doing this. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Properly moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. And no old business to discuss other than meeting rules to incorporate telephonic meetings. What do we have to do there?
I think the only thing is just to, I think I could make a motion to enable the elections board, if needed, to meet via telephone on election day if need be, due to the fact that we're going to be in various locations, and have Natalie Smith put those notices out on social media if we do have to hold a meeting. So it just would cover our bases from that standpoint.
All right. Entertain a motion to do so.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Properly moved and second. Any other discussion on the remote telephonic meetings? I would presume mostly on election day, but it could extend beyond. So,
Yep.
all right. No other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. We pass unanimously. And Tish, are you available? Jody? Anyone?
They should
Over
be.
for
Yeah.
Rush Town polling location?
They were on the call. I just jumped. I was on my screen was on the agenda. They just dropped off that, or they're not on there. Essentially, this was from the primary election. We had a voter who had said that polling location closed down a few minutes before the 8 o'clock, and the suggestion would just be the rover that's working on those Rush Township precincts, that he or she at 7:45 would be stationed at that precinct to make sure it's open until 8 o'clock. And I think that just would allow us all to sleep at night to make sure that precinct doesn't close down before 8.
Michael, I'm sorry. I accidentally hung up whenever I was trying to take it off mute.
No worries. No worries. Did you catch any of that, or?
I just heard the tail end of you saying to make sure it doesn't close down before 8.
Yeah, if you could have the rover that's doing the Rush Township ones or doing that precinct, if they could make sure that they are at that precinct at quarter of, to make sure that all voters are processed that arrive at 8 o'clock, would
Sure.
be.
Which one was that again?
Yeah, it's darn it. We can get it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure.
Yeah, I'm. Does anybody else remember by chance? I'm trying to find it here. We'll get it to you, Tisha.
Was that the
Okay.
Rush Township building? The municipal building?
I couldn't say if it was or not. I mean, we could always go back. Natalie Smith, I don't know. Do you have the minutes from the election board meeting we did right after the primary?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It might have been 72. I don't know. But but anyway, I think that would be a prudent step.
I agree.
Fair enough.
As opposed to just getting somebody additional to just go hang out at that one.
Right. Because they're already going to be roving out there, and if they just make that their last stop, that'd be great.
Okay.
So I recall this, if it's the same incident, and didn't you Tish check the tape from that machine to make sure that it was closed down after 8 o'clock, or is that am I thinking of something else?
They may have, but it would have been Jody or Joyce that would have looked into it. But I don't recall what the actual answer was on that. Let me ask Jody 1 minute.
No, Tisha, I can, just to save you time. It was,
Okay.
We were asking, and what we asked them, Margaret, was we wanted to make sure that the tape was not printed out before 8 o'clock as a way to sort of, verify that they would have closed it down. It was printed after 8 o'clock, but there could have been a poll worker that did tell a voter we're closed, and then they could have waited 10 minutes and have the tape printed. So, it is what it is at this point. It
was the same situation though, right? This is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
same one? Okay.
Yep.
Because I thought the tape was done, but I get it.
Yep. So whatever, I would just, again, I don't think we need a motion, but I just would say if we could just have a rover there, and if they could just send you a text saying all's good, I think that would help us out.
Will do.
Okay. Super. Thank you, Tisha.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else to discuss today?
I think we're all, nope, nothing from my end.
I'm good.
The setup for the Bryce Jordan Center. Well, it's going on now, but when would it be prudent to go up Monday night to make sure everything was ready to go, as well as I'm sure the Penn Stater the same. It'll be the same deal at the Penn Stater.
Yes, Jessica is going to be at the Bryce Jordan Center for a good, I think she's there from noon to 9, I want to say, on Monday. I can send her email over to you, Steve, if you want to touch base with her. I know she'll be setting up. I think a few of the students will be helping to set up and whatnot, but she'd be happy to, touch base with you.
Yeah, I want to go over things with her and make sure that we're all on the same page. And because I'll be going between the Bryce Jordan Center and the Penn Stater, so those were. I mean, I don't know where Mark's going to be, but I'll be at one of those two locations all day.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'll start in the Willowbank. I'd love to pop out to the Bryce Jordan Center for a little bit just to see the operation when it's running at full swing. And then I probably just have to run back to Bellefonte because for a variety of reasons, probably best to have a commissioner in Bellefonte during the election, in part because I can get almost anywhere in the county pretty quickly from Bellefonte.
Right. Okay. We will, if you can forward that information to me, Mike, that would be great. And I'll be in touch with her then.
Absolutely. I'm hitting send now. Yep.
All right, great. Okay. Anything else to come before the board this afternoon? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any other discussion on the motion? Seeing none, hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We are adjourned at 2:21. All right.